inner thighs rubbing together. This is a great workout for that. So you're working the inner as well as the glutes and tightening them up. 7 seconds on the clock. Don't you give up on me. Breathe. Looking good. 1 second. Hello, welcome to Live and Fit. My name's Ramona, and I've got an incredible meal today for you. We've got stuffed tilapia with zucchini on the menu, okay? So what we've got is a array of dishes here. We've got some rice, some onions, some, light Old Bay seasoning, of course your tilapia, some zucchini as your vegetables, and we are gonna get this going. So with that said, let's get started here, okay? First of all, what I wanna do is saute my fish, all right? So I'm gonna use some white vinaigrette, all right? Lightly saute that. Some people use lemon or lime or whatever. I like white vinaigrette to give it that nice sweet tint to it. So I want to saute that a little bit, sprinkle some Old Bay on that, make that look really good. And make certain it's light. The idea is to keep things low sodium. I really, really want you to avoid using as much salt as you can. So make certain you look for the light sodium Old Bay seasoning in there, okay? So we've got that all nicely sauteed. I want to make certain the juices from the Old Bay gets in there, okay? So as I'm getting ready to get started with my skillet, I'm going to warm it up here and get that going. And I'm going to start by putting some oil in there, some olive oil, of course. I'm going to flavor my oil. I'm going to add some, make sure there's no water in there, of course. So we're going to sprinkle some onions, saute the oil a little bit here. All right. And I'm going to turn it all the way down. And then I'm going to put some onions in there, okay? So we're gonna put some onions in there and get that going, all right? I like to saute that a little bit and add some more right there, a little more olive oil. I want you to refer to the book for the exact ingredients today. I'm cooking for 2, so the serving sizes yield 2 servings, okay? So definitely do that, all right? I like to get nice, fresh ingredients. So make certain everything's fresh. Everything's fresh that's always great. So what I want to do is add the rice. We are going to stuff our tilapia with the rice. So I'm going to saute the rice there for a little bit there, and I'm going to add a couple more ingredients to it, like some garlic powder. Once again, make certain it's no salt in the garlic powder. I'm going to put some onion powder in there, all right? And then I am going to sprinkle some red crushed pepper as well. We're going to saute the rice. Once again, it's stuffed tilapia. This is going to be really, really, really good. Sauteing the rice here so that way the flavors can really, really get in there. Listen, this is about eating foods with incredible flavor, gourmet flavors, okay? Gourmet meals here. And so the idea is to get you in shape while eating delicious meals. And I want to make certain that I am tantalizing your taste buds. No salad with the vinaigrette, no. We're creating balanced meals. We've got vegetables and everything fresh. Salmon is fresh. I like to get my salmon fresh straight from the store, okay? Because fresh is always good. Anytime you're buying anything that's frozen, they have to put sodium in it to preserve it. So you never ever, if you can avoid, buying frozen, that's always great. So in the meanwhile, I'm going to allow that to saute there, okay? And we are going to get my salmon and cut some Old Bay here, okay? So let's get that cut up here. We're gonna cut that up here, right there. I love, if you can, the fresher your herbs, you can get fresh herbs, rosemary, basil, always a great idea because fresh is best. When you're trying to take out sodium from your meals, it is a good idea to use a lot of fresh herbs because it really replaces the flavors. Lemons, things of that sort. It really helps to add some flavors to that. I'm gonna also add some red bell pepper to our rice so that way we can really add that flavor, that nice gourmet flavor to the rice. So we're gonna just dice that up finely there. I see you looking great in the kitchen there. You're doing fabulous. If you didn't cook before, this is a great opportunity for you to learn how to move around in the kitchen and cook great meals. And not just great meals, but weight loss meals without sacrificing flavor. Let's forget that. All right, so I like how that looks right there. I am going to add that to the mix right here. So I want to add some of that right there. I love the look of that. And it also smells well. It looks really good. I'm gonna just turn the skillet up just a little bit here. So we're gonna be stuffing our fish with the rice. So the idea is I don't want you to use a lot of carbohydrates, but I don't want you to sacrifice a balanced meal. So this is brown rice, and you're gonna stuff this into your tilapia, giving it a really great flavor. Okay, so that looks like it's almost done. I'm gonna put the lid on there. Smells good as well. All right, so you don't have to have any fancy utensils or anything like that, but if you do, if you have a carving knife, that's great. All you do is find the thickest part of the fish, okay? Find the thickest part of the fish, hold it down, and then you're gonna just slice it straight down the center right there, and voila, okay? If you have a carving knife, that always works. If you have a knife that you can use to carve, your turkey out of, things of that sort. And we're gonna do the other one as well. So once again, when you want to carve, because I know sometimes if you're not careful, you can really cut into the fish, and you don't want to do that. So once again, find the biggest part of the fish. We're gonna go in the center and lightly. So you press down on the fish as you lightly curve that. You get it right in the center there. And that looks really good. Look at that. Okay? So our rice is done here. And what we're going to do is we're going to just stuff that straight down the center. Actually, don't want to forget a little bit of Old Bay in there. So we're going to stir that in there. That's the last thing in there. And we're going to go ahead and stuff our fish. This is going to be really delicious. Really delicious. And again, it's not a lot, because remember, this is weight loss, okay? Just want to have enough in there just to add some flavors to it. Just turn that down a little bit there. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're following it along, because this is going to be one delicious, incredible meal. Just stuff that straight in the center, and you get a small spoon so you can really get it in between there. I love how this smells. It gets the basil, the smell from the basil coming out of it, and I mean, it just looks really good. I'm gonna try to finish stuffing this. Just get as much as you can. If you can't get everything in there, it's quite alright. Just get as much as you can, and that is looking really good. I love that. That looks really good. Okay, great. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna place this in the pan, and we're gonna get that cooking. Give it a couple minutes, and we'll be checking that momentarily. And then we're gonna move on to. All right, this looks done to me. Look at that. That looks gorgeous. I don't know if you can see, but look at that. I see all the colors and the flavors are coming out of the pan. That looks really good, guys. All right, so I am gonna go ahead and slide that onto the plate here. That looks really, really, really good. If we can get a close-up on that, that looks delicious. I love it. Look at that. Look at that. Really, really good. All right, so what I want to do now, I am just going to just create a base for this. So I'm going to saute the pan once again with some olive oil. Once again, refer to my book, Live and Fit at Any Age, so that way you can get all the exact ingredients for this. Now let's add some onions to this, some garlic powder, okay? And all I'm doing is creating a base, kind of a gravy for this. I've got some mustard, some honey mustard. I'm just going to put that right in the pan, and we're just creating a base for this. That's all that is. Set that down to the side. I want to turn my skillet up a little bit here and get that going. Just give that a little stir. And this is basically the base for the, this is just a base for your stuffed tilapia, because when you have that and you've got the honey mustard with the sweet, with the seafood flavors, that's really, really gonna give it a really exotic flavor with the sweetness from the honey mustard and your Old Bay season mixed in there. I want to sprinkle some white vinaigrette in there, okay? And I'm just gonna put a pinch of low sodium Old Bay in there. Keeping it low sodium is always a great idea. And I always explain that I like to do that because, you know, water weight, we're walking around with a lot of water weight, and that's responsible for a large amount of our weight as well. So you can't go wrong keeping the sodium low. That looks really good. If we can get a close-up on that, I love the way that looks. That looks really, really good. I'm just gonna add a little pinch more of white vinaigrette in there. And these ingredients, you can get it anywhere from the store, anywhere. You can absolutely, these ingredients are very, very, very simple ingredients that I'm cooking here with you. Nothing fancy, just delicious flavors to tantalize your taste buds. All right, I think we're doing well there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I am going to take my fish and I am literally gonna drizzle that on there. I love how that looks. Look at that. That is just sexy. It looks really good. So once again, it's a honey mustard base, and we just really like to layer that with that, just like so, just like so. That looks good. So we've got that done. All right. That looks good. That's our stuffed tilapia. And now what we're gonna do, we are going to do our zucchini right along with that. So I personally, when I'm cooking, I don't rinse the pan out to go from one dish to the other, because I like to keep all the same flavors, you know, in the same dish. So we're gonna go straight from where we just left off, keeping the residue from the gravy and everything. All right, and I'm just gonna put some onions in there, and I'm gonna go right into the saute zucchini. So I like to season my oil, so I'm gonna sprinkle some garlic powder in there. Of course, red crushed pepper, always great for the metabolism. A little spicy, so if you don't like spicy food, if you don't like anything too spicy, do not put a lot of crushed onions, because I promise you, you'll get the sweating and everything else, including your taste buds. They're gonna be on fire, so don't put too much crushed pepper in there. So I want to turn that up. I'm gonna turn my skillet up on that, get that heated up, and then we're gonna start putting all of our ingredients in there, okay? So as that's going, I'm literally just gonna start layering this in here. That looks good already. That looks really good. You know, I like to saute my vegetables And once again, like I explained earlier, people usually when folks are trying to get in shape, they tend to take the flavor out of food. So you will hear people say, oh, I'll have some steamed broccoli, some steamed cabbage. Well, I want to change that. We're not going to do everything steamed because once again, you're taking all the flavors and the nutrients. I like to lightly just saute your vegetables, not sacrificing flavor or taste. And that looks really good. Again, I have some fresh red peppers in there. I have some onions in there. And that's really looking good. Since it's a seafood dish, I'm just going to put a pinch of low sodium in there, low sodium Old Bay, and just let that simmer for a minute there. And that looks really, really good. Excuse me. I like that. That looks colorful. I'm going to allow that to just simmer for a little bit. And in a couple minutes, you should be all done with this. Once again, it's about balance. Your stuffed tilapia has an array of flavors, but it's a balanced meal. You have the brown rice that's stuffed in there. Not too much because when you stuff your fish, it doesn't require a lot. So with the peppers and everything, and your zucchini, that really gives you a nice array of balance. Zucchini is a vegetable that I really, really like because if you're really familiar with the alkalinity, it's an alkaline vegetable, meaning it's a vegetable of choice that your body likes. A lot of food like mushrooms and things of that sort, broccoli, it creates ferment. It ferments in your body, which is not good. So it creates a lot of acid. But if you notice it throughout my book, Live and Fit at Any Age, I use zucchini a lot of times because the body likes it. It creates your body alkaline. It creates a good pH balance for your body. So can't go wrong with zucchini, asparagus, things of that sort. A very, very great vegetable of choice when trying to get in shape. All right, so let's check and see how we're doing here. And that is running nicely. I love the scent and the spices coming from the pepper, of course. Once again, if you don't like your foods too spicy, don't use too much pepper. But that looks really good. I think about 1 more minute and we should definitely be well on our way to an incredible, fabulous meal. And by the way, this is about you getting in shape and looking fabulous. I don't know what day you're on. Hopefully you're on. You may be on your first day because it's a 21-day shredded weight loss plan. All these incredible meals come out of that weight loss plan. So if you're on your first day or your 5th day or even your last day, I hope you're seeing changes. I hope you're making progress. I hope you're learning how to create these incredible dishes. But nevertheless, I want to know how you're doing. Write me, because that's what I live for. I live for your testimony. I live to change your life and making a difference in your life, because I think when you're feeling better and well about yourself and you're feeling good in your body, that's really going to allow you to be the best person you can be. Okay? So I am going to give this one more stir. Put this on our plate. Look at that. Look at that golden. Who wants steamed vegetables? We don't want steam when we can get delicious sauteed vegetables like this. I'm going to turn that off. No more steamed vegetables. Saute with an array of spices is definitely the way to go. All right, so let's go ahead and slide that on our plate. Look at that. That is sexy. And you're going to look just as sexy as this meal look. I love that. I love that. I don't know if you're cooking along with me, but once again, you know, the flavors and the ingredients that we use in these dishes are exhibiting some incredible aroma. But that looks really good. Look at this. I am going to get a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit on your zucchini. Just the zucchini. Remember, it's a weight loss plan, so you don't want too much cheese. Want too much on there, and voila, you've got your tilapia, stuffed tilapia and zucchini. I am ready to dive in because I can't wait to see what this tastes like. Let's see. Oh my gosh. I surprise myself every time. This is incredible. You have got to let me know what you think about this. Until then, I am going to finish up this because this is delicious. Tilapia, stuffed tilapia. My gosh, this is a lot of flavors. Very, very, very good. I just can't believe this is weight loss food. Enjoy, and I'll see you in a few minutes for the next meal plan. Maybe tomorrow for your next meal. Let me get ready to finish this up. You have a great day, okay? Bye-bye.